the iPhone changed your life. But the man behind it lived a life far darker than you ever imagined. Before the world knew Steve Jobs as the man who changed technology, before Apple became $1 trillion empire, there was a secret life full of abandonment, rebellion, failures, and mysteries. A life very few people truly knew. This is the untold story of Steve Jobs, the visionary genius the world admired, but hardly understood. Steve Jobs' story started with a secret. He was born out of wedlock, and immediately given away. His biological father never saw him again. But the shocking part, Jobs later secretly met his biological sister for years, without ever wanting to meet the man who abandoned him. Betty Fukuno Jobs looked his real father in the eyes once. At a restaurant, neither of them realizing they were father and son. Everyone knows Apple started in a tiny garage. But the truth, Steve Jobs barely spent time building computers there. The garage legend was exaggerated for marketing to create a perfect American dream origin story. The real work happened in restaurants, bedrooms, and on the road. Steve Jobs had something rare, a neurological condition that let him ignore smells. He believed his extreme fruit diet made him odorless. It didn't. Employees complained, but no one dared to tell him. This was part of the mysterious and intense personality that shaped Apple's impossible standards. Few people know Apple once refused to give Jobs a company ID badge because he didn't want a designated position. So Apple labeled him as Employee Zero because he insisted he had no boss. A strange but powerful habit. Jobs refused to let anyone control him, not even the company he created. The world knows Jobs was fired from Apple. But the hidden truth is even darker. Steve cried alone in his office, and no one came to support him. He was banned from entering Apple buildings for months. That silent humiliation changed him forever before Pixar created Toy Story. It was a failing graphics company losing millions every year. Jobs secretly funded it with his own money, nearly going broke. But he never told the world how close he came to financial collapse. Pixar later made him a billionaire, years before Apple did. The iPhone changed the world, but its origin was a secret war inside Apple. Jobs discovered engineers secretly working on a disallowed project. Instead of firing them, he turned their hidden experiment into Apple's biggest product ever. The world saw a phone. Jobs saw a revolution. Even in his last months, Jobs reviewed every product, every detail, without letting his team know how weak he had become. But the hidden truth, his hospital room had only two objects, his iPad and a simple wooden chair. The man who gave the world the future wanted nothing in his final days. Steve Jobs didn't just build technology. He built belief. Belief that one impossible idea can reshape humanity. But behind the genius, behind a black turtleneck, lived a mystery. A man the world loved, yet never fully understood. This was the untold life of Steve Jobs.
If you want to uncover more stories from the mysterious savannah, subscribe now, and step back into the ancient